The meaning of the word ubiquitous. Ubiquitous means seeming to be everywhere or in several places at the same time. Very common. For example, the ubiquitous bicycles of university towns. This word often appears as ubiquitous presence, ubiquitous technology, ubiquitous computing, ubiquitous connectivity, ubiquitous surveillance. So, where to use this word? Ubiquitous means that something is seen everywhere or all around us. You can use it to describe something that seems to be present in all places and situations. For example, smartphones are ubiquitous in modern society, as almost everyone owns one and they are used daily for various tasks. Similarly, social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram are also ubiquitous, and they are used by millions of people around the world. It's a word that you can use to describe something that is very common and widespread. So let's compare the word ubiquitous with the word everywhere. Everywhere means that something exists or can be found in many different places, often without any specific pattern or arrangement. For example, you could say that the color red is everywhere during the holiday season because it is used to decorate homes, streets, and stores. Ubiquitous means that something is present or found everywhere at the same time, often in a more organized or intentional way. So while both words describe the idea of being present in many places, everywhere implies a more scattered or casual distribution, while ubiquitous suggests a more intentional or organized presence. Now let's compare the word ubiquitous with the word omnipresent. Both omnipresent and ubiquitous mean existing everywhere at the same time, but they are used in slightly different ways. Omnipresent is typically used to describe God or a divine being, meaning that they are present everywhere at all times. Omnipresent is for describing something that is always present, while ubiquitous is for describing something that is pervasive and seemingly ever present. So now let's compare ubiquitous with pervasive. Both words mean something that is present everywhere, but pervasive implies that something is widespread and has a strong influence or effect, while ubiquitous simply means something that is commonly found or encountered. For example, the smell of smoke in a room can be described as pervasive because it's strong and affects everything in the room. Pervasive describes something that has a significant impact or influence, while ubiquitous describes something that is simply common or widespread. Let's compare ubiquitous with universal. Ubiquitous means something that is present or found everywhere, while universal means something that applies to everything and everyone. For example, smartphones are ubiquitous because they are found everywhere in the world. On the other hand, human rights are universal because they apply to every person regardless of race, gender, or nationality. Ubiquitous refers to something that is widespread or omnipresent, while universal refers to something that is applicable to all things or people. So let's compare ubiquitous with widespread. Both ubiquitous and widespread mean something is present in many places or spread across a large area. However, ubiquitous means something that is seen or found everywhere, all the time, while widespread means something that is spread over a large area or among many people. Ubiquitous is more often used to describe something that is universally present, like air or water, while widespread is more often used to describe something that's prevalent in a specific area or among a certain group of people, like an illness or trend.